Hey yo, it's Jeremy again, Jack. Let me tell you guys something. This one was actually brought to me as an idea by my brother, okay? But before I get into this story, I want to tell you guys, if you like the stories you hear, if you appreciate the godly lessons that me and my brother are trying to give to you guys, go to our page on YouTube, Zeal Brothers. Even though Mornham has told you not to, go to the page Zeal Brothers and subscribe. I can leave a link in any of the places where I put this video. Okay, thank you. But let me tell you some of these bum chronicles. I was out the other day on the street, and this guy approaches me while I'm on the phone with my brother, funny enough. And he comes and he says, "Hey man," now he didn't have, the thing that made me kind of like already offset me is I was on the phone talking to my brother in the mid-conversation, and this dude just interrupts me. Whatever, that's normal. And he's like, "Hey man, I need some help. I need some help." I could see he was disheveled, he was, kind of looking a little bit dirty. No offense to him, but that's just what he appeared as. He didn't have any shoes on, and he says, Man, I need somebody to help me." And I said, "What do you need help with, buddy?" And he said, "Look," and he points down to his shoes, and he started going like this. "I need some shoes, man. I need some shoes, man." You know how people talk so directly, like you should have known what he was going to say already. And so I'm like, "Well, sir, I don't carry around shoes with me, but if you need some help, I'll be happy to know what else I can help you with." He goes and he's like, "Man, I'm homeless, man. I need somewhere to stay." And I said, "Well, my church, we help out people. And we got this place called the Rescue Mission that my church works with. And we'll be happy to, I'll be happy to give you somebody's number who you can go to there. I would be happy to let you know the address. They're not open right now because it's at nighttime. But, well, can you give me a ride there?" "No, I can't. I have something I got to do here." And he said, "Oh, man, Rescue Mission? Wait a second. I don't like the Rescue Mission." He started walking away. And I said, "Well, sir, you really don't want the help then, because you really just denied one of the perfect places created to helping people like yourself simply just because you don't like it." And he says, "Man, I got kicked out of there for something silly, blah, 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 blah." I'm going to start going into the whole story. I said, "Well, then you was doing something wrong. Because I know the rules there, and I know the people who work there. They are not unreasonable. You just chose not to follow the rules." Well, I ain't got nowhere else to go." Well, how about you stop breaking the rules? Because the reality is this. You want somebody to do something for you without any payment or anything done for them. That is not how men act. We don't sit around and expect the world to give us something free. Let me tell you guys another story. Ooh, it might be multiple stories in this one. I remember being little with my father, me and my brother, my dad. We lived in a tough neighborhood. And he was all into fixing houses and stuff. So the house we lived in was really nice, but it was in the middle of a block that was kind of going through some stuff, if you know what I mean. And we would always stop by the gas station right by our house, and the gas station always had somebody that was panhandling. Always had somebody that was asking for money. It was a normal thing for us to have to go before we even go into the gas station to get some snacks, or before we even pump our gas. Somebody would come up to, "Hey man, you got $1? You got $1? You can spare some change. Can you spare some change?" Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, my dad, who is very wise, still talk to him to this day all the time, he said, "No, I don't have any money, buddy. But if you want, I'll walk you into the gas station. I'll get you something to eat." He was like, "No, I don't want no food. I just want the money." That's what he said. Now, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? If you give somebody like that money, you are contributing to their bad behavior, because that money is going to be spent on something you do not agree with. Could be heroin, could be crack cocaine, could be alcoholism. That's something, as a Christian, I shouldn't be giving money to that. And people will sit up here and act like it's the godly thing to do to give a bum money. My dad told me, he stopped us after that, me and my brother. He said, you see that there? He's not hungry. He is not in dire need of anything other than Jesus Christ. If you would have given him money, it would have contributed to his bad behavior. But if you give him food and he's hungry, you can actually help him. And I learned from that. To this day, I remember the same thing happened to me months ago. And this guy was like, man, I'm just so hungry. I'm so hungry. Right? I went in the gas station. I didn't even listen. I act like I ignored him. I went into the gas station. I bought him a sandwich. Bought him some chips. And I brought it out to him. He's like, I don't really like those. What? You talk about you so, but you don't like them. They just not up to your standards. Oh, really? You sleeping sleeping in his own filth. These chips are not up to your standards. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. I'll take those chips back. Maybe I'll get some Doritos and not some Funyuns next time. Now, I've also had it where I bought people food and they've accepted it. And they said, you know what? Thank you, man. I was really hungry. That happened to me a couple months ago, too. I bought somebody some food who said they was hungry. And they said, man, I really appreciate it. I'm not telling you this to big up myself, because I'm sure a lot of you guys do stuff like that. But I will not give money. I will not give something to somebody who does not want to. For one, every time I give somebody something, I also give them the gospel or tell them about a place where they can get the gospel. I say, hey, man, here's this. I'm a Christian. I believe in helping out the poor. I believe in this and that. But God can take you from your life to a new life. Make you from an old creature to a new creature. I try to give them the gospel every time I give them something. Simply because food will feed you for one day, but what will save you for your rest of your life and the rest of your afterlife? It's something deeper than feeding somebody, right? And so I always try to do that. But it's too many Christians, I feel like, they think, oh, I'm just going to be nice. I'm just going to give this guy $20. And then I've had people give somebody that, come to find out they shot up heroin with that $20 and they OD'd. No lie. This happened about maybe 2 weeks ago. I found out too. And that's sad, because the people that gave the money thought they was helping them contributed to that person's death. So you see a lot of that. I'll tell you this. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, I believe it is. It says if a man doesn't work, he should not eat. It was people trying to come up in the church and saying they were just going to wait for Jesus to come back. And they would just sit there at the top of the mountain and wait. And Paul said to them, no, don't give them money. They're not working for it. They don't deserve to get paid and eat off of you. Now, does that mean you don't help anybody that's poor? No. But it means that people should not just sit there and expect something from you, like the guy who wanted to go to the rescue mission but didn't want to obey the rules. There should be something you have to earn. As a man, you find a lot of respect, self-respect, in earning all what you need in life. If you give somebody something for nothing, they will lose respect for themselves.